silent night. I only have one wish for that shooting star. Holy night, send me someone to love so I can hold their hand while we're ice skating around the trees, Central Park. Kiss them under the mistletoe. Oh, I want a Christmas kind of spark. Santa Claus, do you know Cupid sent his arrow straight to my heart?
Hello friends, welcome to Vlogmas week 2. Yeah, last week was 2 weeks in one, but it's fine. We counted as week 1. But I think this week is going to be a very knitting heavy, chatty week because I have lots of knitting things to share with you. So let's go ahead and just kind of show you all the stuff. First thing is my Christmas sweater that is still not done. I have about this much of stockinette to go, and then I can start the cuff. So I'm hoping maybe today I can finish it. She says not believing in herself. It's fine, it's fine. But yeah, I really want to finish this though, so I can wear it this month. We'll see. We'll see. I'm losing steam on it. I'm losing steam. I started to lose steam with color work because I just don't enjoy color work. But now I'm on stockinette. You think it would go quicker, but no, not so much. Next, I have my mom's hat, which I'm maybe 6 rounds away from being able to start the crown decreases. And I want to be done with that hat because I want to cast on another hat. I have all the I want to be knitting everything right now. I just don't have any time or energy. Currently, I feel like absolute crap. I still have this head thing going on after vacation, and I'm not enjoying it. My head is currently feels like swollen, and uncomfortable. But I'm also knitting on my sister's sweater for Christmas. Our family is doing a not Secret Santa. We just drew names. I drew my sister and I asked her what she wanted. She didn't really know, and then I was getting rid of some sweaters and she felt one that was knit out of Lion Brand Woolies. She was like, ooh, I like this, but it wasn't like a style of sweater she would wear. So I asked her, I was like, would you want me to knit you a sweater? Since I'm only making a gift for one person, I can totally manage knitting a sweater. I mean, it may not be done in time for Christmas. I'm hoping it will be, but it may not be. But she was like, sure. And so I let her pick out the yarn and the pattern. So this is Lion Brand's Woolies in linen, I think. Natural something, I don't remember. I also have my little stitch marker on here from Simply Serving. This is one of the ones from last year. And I am knitting the home sweater V-neck by Kadri. So, and I've already knit this sweater before, so I already have the pattern, which is great. So yeah, I'm working on that. I've only worked on it a tiny bit. I set it aside for vacation because I didn't want to haul along woolies with me because they're a little bit big. So instead, on vacation, I brought my Drops Saffron with me and cast on a raglan sweater, which will be put aside for a little bit. But I just finished like the short row shaping in the back and I've done some raglan increases. I'm not super far on it, and like I said, I plan on setting it aside so I can work on my sister's sweater. I'm finishing my Christmas sweater. But yeah, I do have that cast on and ready to kind of start working on. And then also on vacation, I brought some sock knitting and update. The Chowgoon needles were fine on the airplane. TSA didn't even blink an eye. Now they did blink an eye at my son. If you don't know, my son has a prosthesis for his foot. He had to have his foot amputated when he was a year old due to a growth disorder that he has, or had. He no longer has it. So he has a prosthetic leg. And I asked them before we went through TSA, I was like, hey, our son has a prosthetic leg. Does he need to remove this? And they're like, no, it shouldn't be an issue. Then we get up to the body scanner and I tell them, like, hey, just so you know, my son has a prosthetic leg. And they're like, both times through both airports, they kind of give you a look of, okay. Like, I feel like there's enough people out there with amputations and prosthetic legs that this like shouldn't be that obscure, but apparently it is. He went through, of course it goes off because it's got all sorts of metal parts and things inside of it. And at the first airport we went to, the gentleman who was working our lane looked completely confused. He had to call people over and was like, what do I do? And so he ended up like having to go around the scanner, and then they swabbed him for like, you know, bomb residue or whatever. And then at the other airport, my husband went through with him, and I guess they were asking him, well, what's in it? And so Josh started to answer because Ben's really shy. He's really shy and doesn't talk a whole lot to like strangers. So when they asked, Josh just automatically answered, oh, it's got like metal parts. And he's like, no, I need him to answer me. He's 7. What is he going to be stashing in his leg? So he's like, it has a bolt and a foot. So they, at that airport, they wanded him, which I didn't do at the first airport. And we made it through. So I told him, I was like, I'm sorry, bud, you're just going to unfortunately probably have to deal with this for the rest of your life anytime you fly. I don't know. I'm going to have to look up for any future traveling we do if there's any specific procedures that they would normally do for somebody with a prosthetic, or if like people who have prosthesis, they have like any sort of recommendations for flying with a false leg. I don't know. It was a thing, and I felt bad for him. He was like just kind of hanging out like, I don't know what to do. Anyways, my knitting needles made it through just fine. So I, at Disney and on the plane and such, finished this leg of the first sock, and then most of the leg to the second sock. And most of this knitting was all done in like lines waiting for rides at Disney and California Adventure. So yeah, a good chunk of knitting time went into these. And once I finish the leg on the second one, I'll do the heel. I think I'm going to try and do a shadow wrap, because I think the shadow wrap I did on my Half Fisherman rib socks, my nest socks, turned out okay. So we'll give it a try on these. And if it doesn't seem like it's going to work, then I can just rip off the heel and do heel flap, turn, and gusset. Prepped some fiber for my first spin session today. It is completely and utterly terrible. Look at all those super thin spots and then like underspun spots. The fiber is some Malabrigo that I picked up from La Mercerie. I do have some Coriadale, which I was told is probably a better fiber to start with. But, you know, I like to challenge myself and do the more complicated things first. Did the same thing with knitting when I learned. I started out with a herringbone stitch. Not a garter stitch, no. I started out with a herringbone. And then my second project, I attempted to knit a sweater from a free pattern that had 0 instructions. So, why not? Last thing, I have some yarn really quick to show you. I can get the bag open. So I panic ordered some more drops Lima for my Christmas sweater because I wasn't sure I was going to make it. And so I ordered some ahead of time just so once I hit the spot I was pretty sure I was going to run out, I would already have this. Turns out I had enough, barely. I have like maybe 5 grams left. So that's still a good amount, but I was worried. So I have more of that I will use for something, I am sure, because I love that yarn. And then I ordered some of the same yarn, the Drops Lima. in this charcoal gray. I don't know why I ordered it though. Zero clue. I got it and I didn't even remember ordering it. I was like, what is this? Why did I order this? So, maybe it'll come to me. Who knows? Then I ordered some of this light grayish, gray, beige color. I already have a sweater's quantity worth of this, but I wanted to make a textured sweater, so I needed a little bit more yardage. So I just ordered a couple more balls of that. Then I got some squishy, chunky acrylic yarn. These three colors, this brown, white, and a green. This is going to become a Christmas moose. Knit Picks has a free pattern for this cute little Christmas moose that has a little wreath around its neck. So I'm gonna cast that on and make a little Christmas moose for our living room because I think that'd be really cute. And the kids like playing with stuffed animals, so I figured that could be a fun Christmas decor thing that they can play with. So I'm gonna cast that on later this week. I want to finish my mom's hat first though, so wham. Okay, that is it. I've talked on for too long and my throat is starting to get angry at me. So I'm gonna sit down and knit because I feel like my head's gonna explode. Work on my Christmas sweater and maybe watch some other people's Vlogmas because I have not started that yet and I'm very excited to start watching people's videos. So thank you for watching my Vlogmas and we will see you tomorrow or the next day, or who knows how often I will pop in and say hello. I'm not sticking to a schedule, so anyways, bye. Good afternoon. It is December 5th. I feel like garbage. I didn't sleep very well last night. I ended up starting with a cough. As soon as I went to bed, I started getting a cough and had a cough for like the first 3 hours of being in bed, so until about 2 a.m., which was not pleasant. And then once I finally got the cough to simmer down, I fell asleep. I then was woken up multiple times by our cat and a drippy nose and then a sore throat, and I just woke up really exhausted and not feeling so great. So I've made myself a little home on the couch. I mean, I've had to get up multiple times to clean and help kids with homework and yeah, but here I am. Plopped my butt down again for the kids' quiet time. I think I'm gonna put on a movie.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Hey, hey. Weirdo. Okay, be good and quiet during quiet time, okay? While the kids are in quiet time, I think I'm gonna put on a movie maybe something corny and Christmassy. I don't know. I just don't want to pay attention. I've been knitting on my mom's hat this morning and early afternoon. What time is it? 2? Morning and afternoon. But I wanted to show you my advent this year. So I have done one yarn advent before and realized it's not really my thing, and it could be just because they weren't my favorite colors. I do really like the yarn that this dyer puts out, but there was more pastel colors than what I personally like to work with. So I ended up actually over dyeing quite a few of the colors later on down the road, and I've used a lot of them since then. But if I'm going to pay hundreds of dollars for an advent, I want it to be like exactly what I want. So I haven't purchased an advent since then because there hasn't been a theme or a dyer that has made me like, I really want this. Now that could change in the future. There could be one that I'm like, I really want that. I'm willing to take a risk and be surprised by the colors and make a project with all the different colors. I'm also not a huge fan of scrappy projects or advent projects. I'm just not, I like solids. So, it would have to be the type of advent too where I could put colors in. Stop looking at my pillow. I just had to re-record because the entire time I was looking at that stupid pillow. Apparently it's more interesting than me. But anyhow, it would have to be the type of thing that I could put it into blankets or socks or I don't know. But I don't like advent or scrappy projects. It's just not really my vibe. But I wanted a tea advent. I've always wanted a tea advent, but I couldn't ever find one that fit exactly what I was looking for. A lot of the tea advents have flavored teas, vanilla this, peppermint that. Like they're like seasonal type things, which isn't really my thing. I like a lot of loose leaf teas. I like just straight, strong, plain herbal green black teas. I don't like the weird flavored teas. I like it to be pretty straightforward. So I did a lot of searching and looking, and I finally stumbled across one. Thank you, Google. I'm going to completely and utterly butcher this because it is French, and I don't even know. It's Cher de Baie. No, it's not. I don't know what it is. But here it is. And oh my word, it's amazing. So, it's a tour of the world's teas in 24 days. A lot of the packaging is in French. There is English on here because I ordered it through this company. And they do have like a facility or a branch that they ship out of and sell out of the US. So it does have English and French on here, but it seems to be primarily French. But I was like, let's take a chance on this random company I found on Google, and oh my goodness, am I so happy I did. It's a loose leaf tea advent, which I love my loose leaves. They're just so much better than tea bags. I go for tea bags all the time. I drink them almost every day, several times a week, between my loose leaf tea. I don't have a problem. I'm not a tea snob where I won't drink tea bags, but loose leaf is far superior. So far, I've done 3 days. I am behind because we were on vacation the first 2 days of December. But so far, I have had Fengyang Hongcha, maybe. Pronunciation, guys. We're traveling the world. I do not speak all the languages. But it is a fruity black tea from China. That was good. It was a little bit subtle for a black tea. It wasn't a very strong punchy black. It was a very mild black tea, which I'm not opposed to. But when I think black, I think strong, which that one wasn't, but it was still delicious. Day 2 was Jimaka Midori. It is an organic Japanese green tea and toasted rice. Yes, toasted rice. Let me try and show this to you. Do you see that toasted rice in that green tea? I opened this and was like, this is gonna be terrible. What have I signed up for? It is my favorite so far. It is so freaking good. It's like a really nice, beautiful, beautiful green tea. And the toasted rice almost tastes like, you know, that toasted puffy rice cereal. It sounds weird, but it's so good. I really enjoyed that. And then today, day 3, is milky oolong. It's a delicious oolong from Thailand. And I haven't had a whole lot of experience with oolong. Most of them have been tea bag form, and honestly, I haven't been a fan of oolong. This loose leaf oolong was delicious. I really enjoyed it. It is imperative that you stick to those steeping times. Let me tell you, I have stuck with them so far. There was one, the first day, I ended up steeping for a little longer because I don't think my temperature of my water was hot enough. Yeah, I won't try and nerd out because I don't know enough about tea to fully nerd out. I do eventually want to grow my own tea leaf plant and really get nerdy on tea, but you know, as of right now, I don't know enough to fully get into all that stuff. But temperature of water and steeping times is very important. I don't check the temp of my water though, so because I'm not that bothered by it. I just I boil it and then let it cool for like a few minutes, and then I pour my tea. That's usually how I do it. But yeah, as far as knitting goes, I finished a sleeve last night on my Christmas sweater. Yay! Look at that, we have a sleeve. And then I picked up and started knitting on the second sleeve. Yay! So, yeah. I would love to finish this today, since I'm sitting in my butt so much. But alas, I want to finish this before I work on this. I just want to get it finished so that way I can give it to my mom so she can start wearing it, because next week is supposed to get real cold. It is currently just been gross and rainy and windy all day. It was so gross last night. Every time I woke up, it was just torrential outside. It was so wet. So I looked at the weather and yep, 100% rain basically for the next few days. And then Monday in the evening, it's supposed to get down into the 20s. So who knows? Anyhow, I've been rambling on for quite a while. I was thinking the other day, I was like, these videos are going to be so long, but it's okay. It's a whole week's worth. It's Vlogmas. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch it, right? Right. It is Vlogmas. It is a once a year thing, and I probably won't be doing as many vlogs next year. I'm thinking I'm going to do quarterly or just whenever I feel like it. I feel like the monthly thing got a little tiring by the end, but Vlogmas has made me excited about vlogging again. And I'm feeling chatty, so I can do whatever the heck I want. And there are people putting out half-hour long videos daily. So if I have a 2-hour long weekly one, that's nothing. It's fine. Anyways, I'm going to watch a movie now. I don't know what yet, but I'm gonna pick something out and watch a movie. Hello, it's December 7th, Thursday. I finished packaging orders this morning, which is great because I am now officially done working for 2023. I mean, I do need to do a little bit of accounting, but that can happen at any point. I mean, technically, I could do it in January, but my husband was wanting to know what the numbers were, which means I have to do some accounting to figure out what the numbers are at the moment. So, yeah. And then, yeah, the rest of the year is just going to be working on my sister's Christmas gift, finishing my Christmas sweater, which I'm hoping to maybe do today. I keep saying that. Maybe there will be a day where I do finish it. I did finish my mom's hat. It's currently which direction are we going? Right there on the wood stove. with stoves not on. It's taking a million years to dry. I wet block it. I soaked it 2 nights ago. Yeah, not last night, night before. And all day yesterday, wet. I had it in front of the fire, didn't dry. So once the fire was dead and the stove was still warm, I set it on top of there. It's still wet. It's fine. It's just so cold in our house. I have the heater going right now because it's not quite cold enough to start a fire. I might start one later tonight or just wait till tomorrow morning. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna later show you my package I got from my Winter Wishes sock swap partner, Ryan from Salty Blonde Fibers. If you don't follow her on Instagram, she has some beautiful, beautiful yarn that she dyes. But I'm going to show you that to you later. I did record me opening it, but I was kind of out of it a little bit last night, and also my camera kept focusing on everything other than me. So I think I just had a bad setup. And when the lighting isn't very good, it was also bad lighting, that too. When the lighting isn't very good, it doesn't know where to focus. So I'll redo that. But yeah, I'm going to sit and knit before I have to go pick up my kids. They're at my in-laws. Normally, because we have a cold, I probably wouldn't send my kids over there, but they have the same exact cold we do because we all came back from vacation, the same vacation with the same cold. So yeah, normally I wouldn't send my sick children to family's house. Oh, also, my mom had her surgery yesterday. She had a double mastectomy done for her breast cancer. It sounds like the surgery went really well. I'm not able to go and help them with anything at the moment, and I can't be around her because of said sickness. So it's kind of pooey, but I'm happy to hear that it sounds like she's doing well. I'm gonna call her in a little bit. I tried calling earlier. They didn't answer, so I wasn't gonna keep calling because I'm assuming probably that means they're sleeping or resting or maybe on the phone with somebody else. So I'm gonna maybe call them a little later today and find out how she's doing, how her night was, and how her recovery is going. But yeah, so I'm gonna sit in it now and go grab a snack. You know how I talked about wanting to finish my sweater today? Didn't happen. But I am very close. I knit all of this today. I knit this in the afternoon, morning and afternoon, and then I knit this evening. So yeah, I have about 4 or 5 more rounds to go before I can start the cuff. But I'm gonna go try it on first just to make sure that the sleeve was the right length, and determine that before I finish this one. Anyways, good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. feeling under the weather over here. So I have a chicken stock going right now with the 2 carcasses from our roast chickens yesterday. So that's been going for a couple of hours now. Just have it on low. It's just got the chicken, garlic, and a few herbs that I had left over in the fridge. So that's just what that is in there. Also some salt and pepper. And then I have bread dough that I have rising, or I just mixed that will be rising. I have just a basic artisan bread. It's like a no-knead recipe. So it just kind of put all the ingredients in and leave it. And then bake it later on in my Dutch oven thing. So this batch, I usually add different seasonings. This one has turmeric, rosemary, and black pepper, and a little bit of olive oil. I've never added olive oil in, so we'll see how that affects it. But it smells really delicious, so hopefully that turns out. Let's turn you so you can see the pretty festive Christmas lights in our family room. Anyhow, I'm wrapping up Vlogmas week 2. Yay. I'm getting ready to go to bed. I might be a little rambly and weird, but because I didn't sleep again last night. But I'm hopeful that tonight I might get some sleep. Knocking on wood. Because I haven't had too bad of a cough today. Like hardly anything, which has been amazing. But yesterday my cough was better also, but by the time I went to bed, I was in rare form. And I kept myself up until almost, it was after 2 a.m. before I finally fell asleep. The last time I looked at my watch, it was like 1:58. So, yeah. And then up many times in the middle of the night after that. So, it's fine. It's fine. I took a nap today, which I don't normally do. But I did sleep for like an hour and 15 minutes, which is crazy. So I didn't get as much knitting done today as I wanted, but I did do some knitting. So let me show you what I did. I finished up the second armhole on my tonight top. Now, I don't know if it's finished or not. I don't know if I'm going to do anything to this neckline or not. I'm going to go try it on, see what I think. Because when I first put the ribbing on, I couldn't get it over my head. So, I would need to like pick up even more stitches than what I picked up before. And I picked up every single stitch. So, I don't know what the deal is. It is a pretty small neck hole to begin with. I think my cast on stitches for like the edges were just a little tighter. But I don't know if I'm going to do ribbing or if I'm just going to leave it how it is. So we will see when I try it on what I think. So it could be finished or not. But all the ends are woven in. And technically it has been blocked, the body and such, because I blocked it before I picked up the armholes. So it could be ready to wear. We will see what I think though. And then I put some work on to my sister's sweater that I'm making her for Christmas. I finished the front left panel. I've got my little snowman marker on here from Simply Serving. He's so cute. So tomorrow I want to pick up the second front panel. But I'm hoping I can have this finished by the time I gift it to her. Because I have in the past gifted knits to my family, you know, with the knitting needles and yarn in the package. And been like, okay, here you go. But now give it back. So I'm hoping that I can actually have it finished for her. If not, I know she'll be totally understanding of that. Especially because a sweater in a month is a lot for me. Especially because I'm not just knitting a sweater, I'm knitting all the other things. And I'm really feeling accessories lately for some reason. I'm not feeling the garment set at the moment. But I also today finished the heel on my second sock. I finished the heel on the first sock the other day. And then I started the foot on one of them. So, and I'm hoping to have these finished by Christmas Day. I'm not like in any massive hurry. Like originally I was thinking I'd love to finish them this week. I don't think that's gonna happen realistically. I don't know what my week is gonna look like depending on how I feel. But I would like to have them finished by Christmas because I think these would be really fun to wear on Christmas Day. So, yeah, I want to talk a bit about what I want to make, but I'm a little tired right now, and my brain is a little frazzled and a little all over the place. So I will talk about that tomorrow, which will be next week's video. But if you have any guesses what you think I want to make, pop them down below. We'll see if any of you got them right. I've got so many things I want to make. I'll give you a hint. It's very accessory heavy. Yeah, so many things. But we'll see what I actually get to. I have had more knitting time, which has been great. But that's been because I've been sick. So once I'm better, we'll see how much knitting time I have. I do want to start doing some crafts and other things with the kids. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have a little bit more energy because I've been saving toilet paper tubes to do crafts with the kids. And then we still haven't made our countdown ring chain, so falling a little behind. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. But yeah, we will see how all the different plans pan out. So anyways, we will see you guys next week.